Book, Indiana's hometown sports book.
Your home for Liquor Barn's coverage of Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens is right here on ESPN Louisville.
Give us to Murray. Has an opening. He's to the 5. Backs in. Touchdown, Ravens.
The Ravens look to bounce back Sunday as they take on Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Westwood One's coverage begins at 7:30 on ESPN 680 and 105.7, and the Ravens feed begins at 7:50 on 93.9 The Ville. Live play-by-play of Lamar and the Ravens is presented by Liquor Barn, where Kentuckians go to celebrate life.
Are you ready for a job that gets you more? UPS is hiring now. As a warehouse worker, you'll be a part of an industry-leading team that's moving the world forward. You'll earn up to $21 per hour keeping packages moving in the warehouse, and you might even be eligible for a program that helps you with thousands of dollars for college, in many cases tuition-free, and which includes $325 towards housing and other expenses. Search and apply now at upsjobsky.com.
I received a call the other day from a woman. Her husband tragically was unable to call himself, but he had told her, if anything ever happens to me, call Morgan & Morgan. And what higher honor could we receive than protecting someone's family after they're gone? Life can be shattered in a moment. When that happens, know that America's largest injury law firm is here for you. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Are cataracts preventing you from seeing the world as you should? Brightly, clearly, and vividly? Choose cataract surgery at Dr. Black's Eye Associates. Our skilled eye surgeons will develop an eye care plan just for you. In minutes, our procedure can painlessly restore your vision. Are you ready to change the way you see life forever? Schedule a cataract consultation with our local specialist today. Call 888-EYE-CARE or visit have2020.com. Dr. Black's Eye Associates. See life clearly.
Many people have figured out over the last few months what a great thing it is to have a home gym. And many of our listeners have figured out what most of our staff already knew around here, and that's that Fitness Market is the place to turn to when you're starting or adding to your home gym. Right now, Fitness Market is loaded up on strength equipment, dumbbells, kettlebells, squat racks, power racks. Fitness Market has tripled the amount of inventory they normally have, and you can see it all in their newly expanded showroom on the corner of Plantside Drive and Waterson Trail. They have all the great brands like Hoist, Spirit, Body Solid, you name it. The highest quality equipment is at Fitness Market. I love the pre-close-up mill I've had for a couple of years from there, and the adjustable dumbbells have proven to be invaluable over the last few months. So head on over to Fitness Market now. They have 2 locations, Westport Road inside the Snyder and Plantside Drive and Waterson Trail, where they have their newly expanded showroom. Or check them out online at thefitnessmarket.com.
Hey, it's Pat Jaggers. Louisville football is back in action tomorrow.
It's literally right out back, so there's no need to even say anything. I'll be really quick. I promise you. Yeah.
Show at 6 o'clock on all ESPN Louisville stations as we break down the matchup and take you up to kickoff.
Then immediately after the game, it's the Miller Lite postgame show with me, Marques. Live from head coach Scott Satterfield. Take your calls, texts, and more. If it's Louisville football, we talk about it here on ESPN 680, 105.7.
All right, that sounds good.
The ESPN Louisville app.
That's his game. They don't get back. Hayward's looking. Now look at his steal. Here's the steal. 3-on-1. Alley-oop. Oh, my goodness. Marques.
God, I need some today. It's been a long morning, man.
You certainly are in love with him here in Louisville. Marques in the open floor. Hops. Incredible.
I know. That was the most negative show you guys have ever done. And I'm just sitting there, it's like, this wasn't what I wanted.
Get ready for Marques Maybin. You're about midway to the midday with Marques Maybin. You can come in, I lay back and just listen to Marques Maybin. So sit back and relax and watch Maybin.
Break it down like this.
Woo!
Broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services studio. Time for Middays with Marques Maybin on 93.9 The Ville. Now, here's Marques Maybin and Steve Rummage.
Ooh, welcome back. It's Middays with Marques Maybin. 8150 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. And people, the tides have officially turned. The negative has went to positive. And I can't wait to talk about it today's show. Steve Rummage in the building, Jack Grossman in the booth.
Listen, I'm in here today trying to we got sorry.
Steve,
I know.
It personally sent.
I picked up the wrong sanitizer. But yeah, no, we got Jack in here, man. And listen, I'm ready because it's a big weekend. It's a big weekend. So
okay, well, sit down, good people. Sit down.
Can I tell you what started it yesterday?
Yes.
Can I tell you what started?
Yes, please do.
Okay. Yesterday, I took young Xavier on his rite of passage trip. It was kind of spontaneous, but I felt like, and I'll tell you what happened. I'll tell you what happened. I went and got him from my mom. We're coming back, and he likes to go, when we come back from Shepherdsville, he likes to go Shepherdsville to 71 over to Prospect because he likes to drive past the airport. He loves the airplanes.
Okay, fair enough.
Then he likes the bridges.
Okay.
So we're driving past, and as we're driving past, he sees we're coming up on the football stadium, and he sees the cardinal bird. He said, "Dad, go Cards." You know, like, because he calls them go Cards. He's like, "Are we watching go Cards?" You know, but he said, "Dad,
awesome,
go Cards." And I said, I was in the far left lane, and I said, "Today's the day." So I went over. I got off on campus, and look, and he's stupid smart. Like, yeah, like
Charity's doing an awesome job.
Yeah, older brother. I'm like, look, man, you gotta step it up, dog. Like, you know, you're really smart, kid, but like, you know, he's on your heels. So he was like, "Daddy work? Where did Daddy work?" I'm like, yeah. So anyways, we're driving. So I go up to that McDonald's, Marcus. Take a left.
You take the left.
I take a left. I drive him around. He's looking. He's excited. You know, he's like, "Oh, man. You know, oh, look, football. Everything's a football field. The lacrosse field was a football field.
Right.
The field hockey field was soccer field was a football field." And we did get a little sidetracked when we went over the train track.
Yep.
Right now, trains are a big thing. So then, look, we go on past. We're driving past the football stadium. I take him right over to Cardville. Get him out. We go into Cardville. I'm like, "Son, the world is yours. Pick out whatever you want." He goes, he picks his shirt up. He likes this shirt. I'm like, "We're going to buy that shirt for you, son." And by the way, there was an older delegation lady, right? You know, she's got a little walker, you know, kind of a cane with her. She walks in the door. This was a beautiful moment, Marcus. It sparked me back. She walks in and she goes, or the lady goes, she just stands there at the door, right? I'm talking just
there's a moment.
Delegation woman, man. It's perfect. She stands there at the door.
Cliche.
And she's just standing there. And the woman that's working there goes, "Welcome to Carville." You know, she goes, "Do you need any help?" And the woman looks at her and she goes, "No, honey, I'm just in heaven, I think." And I was like, I love this place. And so, yeah, I mean, it was.
I'm glad you told that story, Steve, because not for 1 second do I want people to think, because we have been emotional as of late, that any of this boat has really been shook.
Yes.
And I'm glad you started with that story, because that means you came in with the same energy that I was going to have today. And you know me, Steve. You know I work on spontaneity.
Yeah. Texter says my kids called them go-karts when they were little too.
Fair enough.
Good stories.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. I operate on spontaneous emotion. You know, like, you know, when my body tells me it's time, my dopamine releases, it's time. It all happens, you know, like as it should, as the sports gods do allow. But first, we have to go through the ebbs and flows of how this moment happens.
Okay.
Because sometimes it's an irritation that sparks the change.
Mm-hmm.
Steve, I don't know if you heard. I don't know if the people had heard, but a little incident happened about, an incident was reported yesterday.
Okay.
The offensive team captain of my rival school will have a court date because of a crime on Monday, September 20th.
Okay.
Now, I was going to go through the details. I still might, but we'll just let it flow naturally. A Kentucky football player, a team captain, Kentucky football player, about 6 to 8 months ago, we'll just call it 6, keep a nice round number.
Yeah.
Because that number seems to be popping up a lot, 6 months.
Okay.
Time. About 6 months ago, that kid was involved in a hit and run.
Okay.
Kentucky football player involved in a hit and run.
Okay. Listen.
Some of the details just emerged about said hit and run yesterday, and some of the missing details that are kind of almost as important.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to cite a WDRB article that came out yesterday. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So
That's okay.
I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I am going to hit highlights. Per WDRB, Jason Riley and Eric Crawford. Kentucky starting wide receiver charged with leaving the scene of an accident. University of Kentucky football receiver and team captain Josh Ali is scheduled to be in Lexington courtroom next week on charges of leaving the scene of an accident without rendering aid. So that means there was another human involved in this accident. Another injured human involved in this accident.
Okay.
Amongst these charges. So I want to paint this picture clear. Hit, injured person, injured human being in the car, and fleeing the scene of a crime.
Okay.
Is what happened.
Okay.
Now I don't want to get lost in semantics. In addition, Ali is facing a lawsuit filed June 29th against him by Kentucky Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company, which claims Ali owes damages paid to the man he rear-ended in a February 12th wreck. Now we have a date. February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September 20th. And by the way, September 20th is a Monday morning after a weekend. Just remember that. In a citation filed on March 8th, accidents on February 12th, citation is filed March 9th. We're talking about a month later. Steve?
Yeah.
Ali told Lexington Police, told the Lexington Police Department that he was tired and falling asleep. Is that why you didn't render aid, or is that why you got into the accident? And are we going to just take this tired and falling asleep at face value?
Yeah.
About this wreck.
Right.
But it's okay, because we'll hear the police details so we can make our own inferences about this situation.
Fair enough.
Ali left the scene of the wreck, according to the citation. He told police that his insurance company had already been notified and was resolving the issue. Apparently, we'll find out that that wasn't true either.
Okay.
On April 14th, Ali was charged with failure to maintain insurance. So now we've gone February wreck, March, issue with, citation, and April 14th, almost exactly a month later, he's charged with failure to maintain insurance. So he didn't have insurance at the time.
Okay.
Both charges were traffic offenses. Ali is scheduled to appear in Fayette District County on both cases September 20th. So that's great. At least he got compacted cases, both being handled on the exact same day.
Yeah.
Separate cases. But, we want to streamline because the court, nobody's ever complained about the court, about people saying, oh, my God, why do I have to, go to this for this case and then come back in 2 weeks for this case? But no, all they got is streamlined. Good job by the court system. Yeah, 2 birds, 1 stone. Good job.
Sure.
Attorney Jim Lowry, who is representing Ali, could not be immediately reached for content or for comment. Let's put air quotes around immediately. Because this happened. These charges have been going on since March.
Yeah.
So let's air quote immediately. A great report in WDRB. University of Kentucky athletic spokesperson said, UK have been aware of the matter and it has been addressed. Has, plural, been addressed. What UK spokesperson? We don't know. Was it an AD? Was it an associate AD? Was it Noah P?
Wasn't him. Wasn't him.
A UK spokesperson. I mean, did they ask for anonymity? We just asked somebody and said, oh, anybody can speak for UK on this one. Yeah, universities. Yeah, we've handled it. It has been handled. Ali. Hold on, because there was an important sentence that I think I missed. Unless it has been redacted from the story. Hold on. Okay, I don't want to miss this. Oh, here it is. I almost missed it, y'all. I had to go back and catch it. The citation, because here's what was important that we found out. What were these circumstances around the wreck?
Yeah.
And here's where we find out. The citation by Lexington Police does not include any details about the wreck, whether the other person was injured, or exactly how the police found Ali. Wow. Wow.
No.
Now, at this point, I want to give my flowers and give my roses to WDRB. But Drew Diener, Drew Diener, I know Drew Diener. One of Drew Diener's
You all know Drew Diener.
favorite jokes to turn to is a joke by Chris Rock.
Okay.
The joke is guys want credit for things they're supposed to do. And I take care of all my kids. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Right?
Yeah.
That's appropriate for the WDRB situation. Because I want to say, WDRB, great job.
If only we had a Kentucky station that could have reported on it in the city.
If only there was a Kentucky station who felt the obligation to report this.
Yeah.
So, WDRB, thank you. Here are your roses.
Fair enough.
You did reach out for comment, I guess.
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do. Talked about this last night, Steve. In the media. Jack, do you know the media version of the Hippocratic Oath?
Yes, the SPJ Code of Ethics.
I knew you would know that. I knew you'd know that. Elaborate.
Basically, it's a list of rules to follow about being objective, not having bias, and all that stuff.
Well, look at that.
Be thorough, be factual. Don't let all that.
What's that called again, Jack?
The SBJ Code of Ethics.
Man.
Yeah. You can Google it. It's easy to find online.
Steve, look at me. You know what I thought about doing?
What's that?
I thought about giving Jack the heads up that I was going to bring that up, right?
Yeah.
But you know what? Something in me said, you know what? I want to give Jack the opportunity to show that he knows this.
Yeah.
Without having to look it up.
No, I know.
And you did a great job, Jack.
He did. Which is why in hour 2, I want to take at least 5 minutes and I want to talk Indiana Cincinnati. I am serious. I am serious about that. I really am serious about that because I'm really watching that game.
One more time, Jack. What's it called?
The SBJ Code of Ethics.
Right. Do you think a station like WHAS hypothetically would be under that code of ethics?
Yes, I would argue anyone that's in media knows about it.
So Jack, don't let us drag you down our hole.
So Steve,
well, I would say the reason it was created was from the I'm going to butcher this term, but the yellow belly journalism era from the 1910s, 1920s when
keep going
when it comes from politics basically. So
really?
So yeah, the theory of people being writing only liberal things or really conservative things. So the code of ethics was said, look, people need to get our news from us, and so we should probably try to be objective about it.
So basically, CNN and Fox News are like, basically crap on that.
Yes.
Right.
Yes,
okay.
yes,
Okay. No,
yes.
I'm like, I'm really being serious.
We're getting an education right now.
Yeah. This
people.
is. I'm learning.
Yeah, there used to be like federal laws in place that would like keep the broadcast networks in check, but then once cable rose, it was kind of
nothing
cable could just get around.
Right.
And that's where we
but
are today with the crappy political.
But some people don't go through cable. Some people have actual just broadband airwave tower station.
Yeah,
regular TV.
Sure,
or regular media.
Mm-hmm. Fair.
Do you consider media an honor, Steve?
Yeah.
Your influence, Jack. My influence.
Absolutely.
My voice. It's an honor.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
No, yeah.
To do what we do.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Steve,
mm-hmm.
After what I just read what's going on September 16th.
Yep.
And we'll just do a quick one. Cliff notes.
Okay.
Over the last 6 months, coaches beating up on their wives.
Mm-hmm.
Video being available to law enforcement. As far as I've always known, it didn't matter if there was evidence. If the wife there's laws to protect the wife by the law enforcement having to pick up domestic violence cases. It didn't apply here.
Mm-hmm.
Change of the rules. 50 plus miles an hour in a driving rocket ship with no direction.
I like her.
Drunk with an open alcohol container around the same time that Josh Ali is falling asleep and crashing into people and leaving the scene. Around the same time that 20 football players are being named by multiple fraternities of breaking in and entering homes and beating people up and brandishing firearms allegedly. Just in a 6-month window. If I told you that if I made you make a Webster's dictionary of lack of institutional control, it would sound, lack of institutional control, Steve, is like, okay, if you got coaches beating up on wives and and coaches driving drunk and crashing and getting off, and police are getting them off, and there's no reports, and rape cases and all this stuff, and people getting locked up and not go, and I'm sorry, the weed charges and all that. Yeah, I mean, I would need to have all that so it could be lack of institutional control, Steve.
Right.
I listen to reports, or I listen to shows, I watch news, I watch the coverage, I watch the vitriol of a Louisville fan base not happy about their service in the food lines at the stadium. I've watched people get 5 days of media, hours upon hours of coverage of a Kentucky student, or I'm sorry, a former Kentucky grad working in the Louisville department, and the fans not liking it.
Yeah.
I've watched hours of coverage. I've watched articles shared, viral, all these things in a displeased fan base.
Can I go one step
further?
Absolutely
can.
I watched a player coming back. I think maybe from Atlanta coming back, and I watched media in a press conference. Hey, coach, don't know if you know this, but one of your players that just got released that they had a citation, and I watched media go, well, why was he coming back from there? Where was he? Why was he going that fast? Had to have been on drugs. Was that his car? Was it not his car? Was it stolen? We don't know. Let's look. Okay. Over Kevin Ware. Somebody brought up Darius Ashley. Darius Ashley fell asleep in a car sitting in a parking lot of a store somewhere. You know what happened to Darius Ashley? Kicked off the team. Booted. Gone. I watched everybody go, man, well, what's going on? Is there a drug problem with the team? What's going on? Yeah. I watched Travion Samuel drive through Shepherdsville, Kentucky. And that's not a joke. I swear to God, it's not a joke. I watched Travion Samuel driving through Shepherdsville, Kentucky. And people go, well, what was he out there for? What was going on? Why was he there? What was happening? I watched Jalen Johnson get pulled over. And people were like, well, what's going on? I mean, if he had some weed in his car and then he was out and God knows where, I mean, was he doing a deal? Was he doing this? What was happening? Like, there's still, you know what I'm saying? Like, to this day.
Yes.
And then it's, oh, man, if we're just going to get mad over a citation, like, oh, come on, guys. Hey, everybody, lock arms.
Now, here's why I asked Jack that question.
Okay.
It's because at what point does a perspective say media, law enforcement is complicit in what we know as news and the shaping of the brands? You know, the way people perceive these universities.
Sure.
The perception. And again,
because we're going somewhere with this, so hang with us.
A crime is being committed by a person who fails to report. And trust me, I heard this before. I've heard failure to report is just as bad. If you're on probation, you didn't report it. Failure to document traffic wrecks and conditions and all these things. And when the Freedom of Information Acts were applied to the fights, to the campus parties, the injuries, empty police reports. And then we make jokes about lack of coverage from hypothetically AWHAS. Sure. They're just getting the mark right now.
Yeah.
Because I could pick a lot of radio shows. I could pick a lot of people who actively make a decision to not cover this story.
Yeah.
And who actively make a decision on a daily basis to find every angle to cover another story when it's another school because it benefits them.
Yeah.
Which is the definition of crooked, which is the definition of media violation. to these kind of. Now, I'm not saying you're legally under these. Like I said, Jack made it clear, as you got cable, as you got independent market, the
internet.
Yeah, internet. Yeah. All the lines get blurry. But again, these rules were placed to prevent Louisville from getting turned into a criminal by the media.
Yeah.
For some school to so some institution doesn't become powerful enough.
Yeah.
Because none of their flaws are shown to the public.
Sure.
So that law enforcement and a certain organization cannot team up.
Yeah.
To manipulate what the public knows.
Yeah.
These are moral violations.
Yeah.
And they are occurring right in front of your face. We just never had a way to explain it in this detail. We never, the Blankenbaker and Rummage and Maybin and the platform and the podium, the attention, the ears.
Mm-hmm.
We've never just been able to combine to say this is what's happening, because you could easily discredit somebody before it catches, before it gets legs. And
sure. Well, no, I'm just saying, but that's why we're here on radio. And God knows you don't want to run us off radio, because if we started going unfiltered podcast.
So,
do you want to take?
Yes. UK Vince, thanks for joining us on Middays with Marques Maybin. We're all ears, my man. All ears.
Hey, thank you for taking my call. Can you hear me okay?
Absolutely.
I don't even know where to begin. I will say this. You're definitely not wrong about what you're saying. You're absolutely positively not wrong. I just don't know if I would take it as far as what you're saying. There's an absolute media bias towards Kentucky. That's been that way since the 70s. I mean, with Joe B. Hall, Denny Crum, way back. I mean, I'm 50 years old. That's been going on in the state of Kentucky since I've been watching Kentucky basketball with coverage of stories. Things that happen at UK don't get talked about as much as things that happen at Louisville. That goes back to some issues that I don't even want to I don't even want to dive into, but let's just say maybe it's because Louisville is an urban school. And if you understand what I'm talking about in the state of Kentucky, then you understand. If you don't, then you don't. And I'm going to leave it at that. But that's been going on for a really long time. I will say this. Sick of all the news stories coming out about Kentucky football and the crime. They are crimes, just like you're saying. They need to be addressed. I think students need to be held accountable. Somebody needs to sit down. Hey, what's going on with your program? Hey, what's going on? True, some of these are kids. I don't really go after kids and stuff like that. But I want to know what's going on with law enforcement. What's the resolution of these cases? What's actually happening? Because you have very, very good points, very valid points. I just don't know if I'll go as far as what you're saying, lack of institutional control and stuff. If the university is complicit or does nothing when these people are found guilty of things, then I'd say, absolutely, maybe that needs to be looked at. But it seems to be isolated to the football team. Yes, sir.
How did it make you feel after I repeated all these incidents and threw out the word lack of institutional control?
Oh, it scared me because here's the thing. I can't just say, you know what, you don't know what you're talking about. You're totally biased. If you give somebody the ammunition to shoot at you, you can't get mad when they use the bullets. I mean, you couldn't use those words if we didn't have, like you say, coaches getting arrested on felony charges, this apparently falling asleep and rear-ending somebody. It seems to be that there's just a lot of things happening with the football team that are just not kosher, and you're going to start to get an eyebrow raise from diehard UK fans like myself. Now, I'm not ready to say lack of institutional control. I'm not. Maybe it's because I'm a fan. I don't know. It just I'm not ready to say that. But it scares me because you know what? You have some valid points. You have some very valid points. But really quick, what I wanted to say about your media bias and the media doing that. Marques, everybody does that. This radio station is notorious for it. I mean, and you're supposed to be. You're a U of L. You're a pro Louisville radio station.
That's
you
the
are
point.
supposed to be like
No,
that.
no, but
I've
Vince,
heard
that's the point.
I've heard you guys report things, and then something happened counter to that. You don't go back and clean. You don't go back and clean it up.
But we are 93.9 The Ville.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're not neutral
I
media. We're not, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I understand. I said that as my first point. I totally understand that. I get that. But what I'm saying is that, in my personal opinion, in this day and age, all news programs, all media is like that, whether they say it or not. You guys are just honest. I think all media is like that. All of them. They all let their personal biases, who they like, who they support, who's paying them in some cases.
I agree with you.
Who has the best media control people, the people that go out there and their job is to spin stuff. You rarely get the straight dope on any news, sports or otherwise.
Vince, let me say this. I don't get to say this very often. I agree with you, Vince, 1,000%. 1,000%.
Oh, well, thank you.
No,
that's huge. That's huge coming from Steve.
Vince, I do appreciate it.
My heart almost stopped.
No, I appreciate the call, Vince.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I appreciate it as much as I give him crap. I do. I don't know why. We've never met in person, but I kind of like him. Just seems like I kind of like him.
You know we're going to be out. He's going to come up while we're having a drink and some food. And he's going to say, I'm UK Vince.
I know.
So
I do agree with him, though. What?
Not only do I agree, but before we hit this commercial break, because we want to keep Jack on schedule.
Yeah.
You know what I took from that, Steve?
Mm-hmm.
The message I want everyone to take from this first segment and this first call and UK Vince. You know what he said? Because I asked him, I said, how did you feel when I brought up lack of institutional control? Now, he didn't agree that it was lack of institutional control, but he said, your points scared me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Vince, imagine if you were a university where media thrived off of throwing around the phrases lack of institutional control. If they knew every single day I can get 1 million hits on this article if I make the points Marques made about another university and said lack of institutional control. The reason Vince was scared when I said lack of institutional control is because in a quiet room, people are nodding their head and saying that is textbook lack of institutional control. Quick commercial break. Middays with Marques Maybin on 939 The Ville.
What's up, Louisville? Let's talk about the flavor that's taking over the city, Dan-O's Seasoning. I'm sure you've heard about them on radio, TV, or social media. Well, I'm here to tell you that Dan-O's is the real deal. It's all natural, low sodium, and flavor packed. It's the perfect seasoning for tailgating or end of summer cookouts. Now I know why they say Dan-O's Seasoning is that yum, yum, get you some. Check them out at danosseasoning.com. That's danosseasoning.com. Yum, yum, get you some.
Time now for an ESPN Louisville Sports Center update.
Good morning, I'm Jack Grossman, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Sinatro Security. Mention ESPN for a 20% discount. The number one rated security company in Louisville, SinatroKY.com. Louisville basketball head coach Chris Mack joined Louisville Sports Live last night and discussed plans for Mike McGee to be the acting head coach when Mack faces his 6-game suspension in November.
Coach Mike McGee, who will be taking over as the head coach in my absence. So just transitioning Mike to understand some of the things and responsibilities that he'll face, and he'll do a great job. You know, he's been with me for 10 years. I'm not looking forward to it, being away, but at the same time, I know our program's in really, really good hands.
That full interview can be found at ESPNLouisville.com, iTunes, and SoundCloud. WDRB reported yesterday that Kentucky starting wide receiver Josh Ali has been charged with leaving the scene of a car accident. In a statement, UK said that we have been aware of the matter and it has been addressed. Fifth-ranked Louisville volleyball defeated defending champion Kentucky yesterday. The Cards won the decisive fifth set 15-9 over the 8th-ranked Cats to win the match. Reds fell to Pittsburgh in a walk-off 5-4 last night. The Pirates go for the sweep of Cincy at 12:35 p.m. this afternoon. Reds enter the day a game and a half behind St. Louis for the final National League wildcard spot. And the Bats fell to Memphis 12-3 yesterday. They take on the Redbirds again at 7:45 p.m. tonight. More Middays with Marques Maybin is next. This is SportsCenter.
The best patio in our area is at Union Restaurant and Game Yard, just across the walking bridge in Jeffersonville, Indiana. Union Restaurant and Game Yard is 4 seasons of food, drink, fun, and games for kids, adults, and dogs. Union Restaurant and Game Yard is a perfect place to watch games featuring fire pits, 4 separate bar areas, all types of innovative games to go along with a creative food and drink menu. Come on out to Union Restaurant and Game Yard just across the walking bridge in Jeffersonville, Indiana today.
It comes only once a year, and it's almost time. The event with the 2 biggest and hottest names in bridal jewelry, Tacori and Verragio. The best of California, the best of New York, coming to Louisville. It's next weekend, September 24th, 25th, and 26th. See their entire collections, all the latest styles, and get up to $5,000 in savings and special financing on the ring of your dreams. See the latest from Verragio, designed and handmade straight from the Big Apple. Verragio is the only ring that can be customized for every girl's specific desires. See the entire Verragio collection, engagement rings, wedding bands, all the latest styles not even released yet. Get the Genesis value price plus up to $5,000 in savings and special financing. Don't miss this exclusive Genesis Diamonds Bridal Showcase with thousands of beautiful rings other jewelers aren't even allowed to carry and luxury pre-owned Rolexes. It's next weekend, September 24th, 25th, and 26th, Friday through Sunday only, and owned at Genesis Diamonds, Shelbyville Road Plaza.
Louisville men's basketball season tickets are on sale now. Catch the Cards as they hit the hardwood for what's sure to be another exciting season at the KFC Yum Center. Save on single game ticket pricing and enjoy exclusive perks for as little as $18 per game. Marquee matchups include ACC showdowns against Duke, North Carolina, Virginia, and more. Secure your seats today by visiting gocards.com/tickets. Don't miss a second of the action this season with Louisville men's basketball season tickets. L's up and go Cards!
If you want the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits, go to Liquor Barn. Or better yet, have Liquor Barn bring it to you. Download the Liquor Barn app, visit their website, or just call and let Liquor Barn deliver whatever it is you need to stock the bar. And if it's your birthday month, make sure you visit their website for the Pappy Birthday promotion, where you can get a chance to purchase a bottle of Pappy Van Winkle. Liquor Barn is proud to be the presenting sponsor once again of Ravens football on ESPN Louisville. So whether you're getting ready for the Ravens or your favorite team, have Liquor Barn bring the party to you. Liquor Barn, where Kentuckians go to celebrate life.
Prescription products require an online consultation. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information.
Think you might have ED? Not sure? Well, we'd like to let you in on a little secret. ED is common. About 40% of men experience ED by age 40, but the solution is simple. Find it at 4hims.com.
I didn't have to talk to a doctor in person. There was no copay, and the medication was shipped right to my door in discreet packaging.
Hims took care of it, fast and easy. Now our love life is better than ever.
Get access to doctors online who can prescribe you FDA-approved ED medication if appropriate. The same active ingredient as name brands, but 90% cheaper. Skip the waiting rooms and pharmacy.
Well, I wasn't expecting to talk about the SBJ Code of Ethics today. I did have that. I went first to AP Style Guidebook. I was like, no, that's not it. That's not it. What is it? What's it?
/radio. FORH.
Yep. Oh yeah. Yep. And then I'm going back to like what I remembered from like journalism 1 in high school, and then like classes in college. I'm like, yay, things are useful. How about that?
Quan Barkley returned to
Yep. We're about to come back.
in week 2 last season. Now he'll try and lead the Giants in this big divisional matchup on Thursday Night Football.
Coverage begins tonight at 8 o'clock on ESPN 680, 105.7, and 93.9 The Ville.
I got it ready if you want it. It's 4:44 if you want it.
mood and the swing of momentum. I could not have planned it any better, people.
Okay.
So here's what I want to do. I want to help listen to this. I want to make this nice, fun transition. Because it's, you wonder, how is Marques going to transition from pointing out discrepancies in treatment by the media,
right?
Empty police reports, favoritism and all that. How is he going to turn that into he and Steve having such a positive day? Because it hit me around the same time that Steve Rummage was teaching his son about go-karts and exposing him to the world. And I made the joke recently. I said, Steve, are you sure you want to expose your infant son to this fight? And Steve, I knew the answer. And the joke was, no, it's too frustrating. But the real answer is yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Steve heard me listening to the Rocky Balboa's son speech. Ain't nothing gonna hit as hard as life. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep going. And then I started thinking about it. I'm like, you mean to tell me, this actually hit my brain, people. You mean to tell me on this day, it's never been clearer about the way these universities are being treated. And I pointed out all the different ways they've been treated different. And it's been perfectly obvious in the last 6 months.
Right.
I couldn't have designed a better social experiment than the last 6 months of these universities.
Yeah.
And then I say, we are still kicking, screaming, fighting, getting excited. We still got UCF on Friday night.
Yeah.
We still have the number 5 volleyball team in the country that just tapped that UK national championship rear end. We still have people excited, smiling, having a good damn time. And then I realized there's nothing to be embarrassed about, because we were letting the feelings of defeatist creep in, the feelings of embarrassment, the feelings of shame. Your shame and your embarrassment has been about 85% manufactured unfairly. Repeat, your shame and embarrassment. Most of your feelings that you have been persuaded to feel are true have been forced upon you illegally, pretty much. Your shame and embarrassment, again, your stories, your negative stories being repeated 20 times versus someone saying, or someone else saying, I'm uncomfortable talking about any of their stories.
Yeah.
That's a crime that's been thrust upon you.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why when Jack tells you there are federal laws put in place, your board, like nobody supports a governor breaking up a university board without a gaslighting media blitz. Mm-hmm. That's the only way that's possible. So when it happens and you're embarrassed about your board getting broke up and you're embarrassed about these things happening, a crime has been committed against you and you're still right here with a chance to be 2-1, a borderline top 25 win over UCF, and you headed to Florida State the next weekend.
Sure. And don't skip over Chris Mack and the basketball team on Saturday with almost 20 recruits, including a few 5-stars.
Ooh.
Like, I mean,
at Churchill Downs,
Caleb Glenn, a guy we've had our eyes on for a long time. I mean, the list goes on. Rodney Rice in town. Like, I mean, it's a pretty big list of guys.
Speaking of Louisville Live, this is actually a good A guy just called in asking if it was on TV anywhere, and I do not know the answer to that.
Yeah, last year they broadcast it on the
ESPN Plus.
Yeah.
We're going to
something
have
like
a
that.
way to look at. So I guarantee, like, you won't go backwards from. And word is the host. Okay, put it this way: if the host that's supposedly hosting the Louisville Live does it again, cameras are gonna come.
Okay.
Period.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm hugely confident you'll be able to find it. But I will listen. But for giggles, I'm gonna say, no, it's not gonna be streamed, not gonna be on TV. You better get there.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. And if the last minute, if just so happens we find out you can watch it on TV, if you really, really, really can't make it, then maybe at the last minute we might find the way to get it to you.
Yeah.
But you get my point. I realized I don't carry a loser attitude like that.
Yeah.
I don't blame the media.
Yeah.
I point out things, but I don't blame them for my problems. But I say, you know what? Yes, that is true.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a difficult hurdle on a day-to-day, week-to-week basis of, when you're on the receiving end of unfair treatment.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you have family or you are raised in a household, you got the same piece. And listen, I don't blame you for veering away from what your parents taught you, the difficult, because it's easy to look for comfort.
Right.
It's easy to search for comfort and blame and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But no, you can also say, you know what? Screw them.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep fighting that fight, but screw them.
Yeah.
For right now.
Absolutely.
Because I'm getting ready for my football game. I'm getting ready for my team to improve. Like I said, it's okay to pick your targets. It's okay to say, listen, like Steve said yesterday, that video board guard, boy, you better be flawless.
Right.
My fan experience better be the best damn fan experience you ever seen in your life. Hey, you better make me have fun tonight.
Yeah.
Yo, we're watching you, video guy. My eyes on you. We better have a good damn time in here.
Yeah.
But you see what I'm saying?
Sure.
So that's what, that was the transition of, let's do this, Steve.
Yeah. No, I
you,
agree.
You said you listened to a coach, Steve.
Yeah. This morning, and I know we're going to go to break here in a few, but this morning, listening to Mark Ivy on with Drew Diener and just hearing him, man, and hearing him how it was like, and again, I mean, I could keep going back to, well, this is what I wanted to hear. And listen, hey, they go out and get embarrassed on Friday. I think a lot of the fan base on Monday, and I'm not telling you not to, will be, look, I'll be giving you the list of 10 reasons why I want Jeff Brom. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I have 10 or 20 or 30, but
40?
maybe 40. Yeah. So I have quite a few, but if I feel like that is where we're at as a fan base, is I think that we need to, and after listening to him, I'm taking this approach. I'm going to give you what I got.
What about him caught your attention?
Well, it was this, because the way he was talking about the team, the way he was saying, listen, he said, when we come down last Saturday, and he said, when we come around that corner and we saw Card March, man, he's like, man, that, if nothing else, he's like, that juiced me up. He was talking about Yaya Diaby, and he was like, look, the kid's better than he showed the first two games. He's got to get it right. Like, and it was
a kind of like accountability. And,
yeah. It was like, okay, a coach saying, man, no, like he's better than what he's done.
So not even hearing, oh, we were fine. No, you're gonna see better. He said, you should see more.
He said, look, we've played a lot of games in a short amount of time, but he said, I love his quote. He said, but if you want to dance in the locker room afterwards, because you know how they do, he said, you're gonna have to push through it. That's what we're gonna have to do Friday, and listening to his plan and listening and coming in and listening to him with Drew and Mark, I was like, I can give y'all what I got on Friday. You know what I mean? Like I'm going to go to Friday, and I'm going to go to Friday like we're a 1-1 football team that has a shot to go 2-1, you know, and has a shot to win some football games. Whatever happens there, I know it's a different, but I'm not going to go to the game on Friday with the, you know, it's like, no, I'm going to give y'all what I got. Now, look, y'all pissed the bed? Okay. We're going to talk. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk afterwards.
And y'all know that.
Yeah.
And I know y'all know that.
Right.
Like, I know that y'all are going to be comfortable not listening to radio or not listening to local media.
If you have listened to 93.9 The Ville over the last few months, you know I've reminded you of 3 simple words. Call Josh Jarbo. Josh is a licensed realtor and owner of RE/MAX Alliance, and with the spring market heating up, he wants to make your home buying or selling process as efficient as possible by offering a guaranteed sale program and instant offers on commercial listings. And if that wasn't enough, up to $5,000 seller credit by mentioning you heard it right here. So don't wait any longer and contact Josh Jarbo at 502-216-7590 or joshjarbo@remax.net.
Now that sports have officially kicked off, there's only 4 things missing from your playbook. 4 pegs. Looking for great smoked wings? 4 pegs. Looking for juicy barbecue and award-winning chili? 4 pegs. If you're just looking for some cold craft, tap, can, or bottled beer? 4 pegs. And the best part about 4 pegs is it's right around the corner at 1053 Goss Avenue in Germantown. So you better get over there fast because the word is spreading. And while you're over there, be sure to ask about the food truck and other catering services.
93.9, an official broadcast partner of the University of Louisville. WLCL Sellersburg is 93.9 The Ville.
Football season is finally here, and Wing Zone is ready for game day. Try our new Game Day to Go special for only $39. It's perfect for a tailgate at the stadium or a watch party at home. Have your wings sauced in any of Wing Zone's 17 delicious flavors. Call ahead to place your order so you don't miss a minute of action. WingZone.com. You got it.
Follow the leader, ESPN Louisville, your home for the college football playoff, NFL, the Final Four, and the best sports talk. Download the ESPN Louisville app today, delivered by UPS Jobs Kentucky.
At Kroger, fresh groceries are our thing, so we check your delivery order for freshness at every step from farm to store and pick and pack every veggie in your free pickup order with care because we treat your food the way we'd want ours to be treated. We're fresh every day, so shop anyway. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Free pickup on orders of $35 or more. Restrictions may apply.
We're hiring for immediate openings with next day pay, benefits, and great perks. Apply today at jobs.kroger.com.
Your home for Liquor Barn's coverage of Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens is right here on ESPN Louisville.
Give us to Murray. Has an opening. He's to the 5. Backs in. Touchdown, Ravens.
The Ravens look to bounce back Sunday as they take on Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Westwood One's coverage begins at 7:30 on ESPN 680 and 105.7, and the Ravens feed begins at 7:50 on 93.9 The Ville. Live play-by-play of Lamar and the Ravens is presented by Liquor Barn, where Kentuckians go to celebrate life.
Bet Rivers Sportsbook is ready to make this football season one to remember. All season long, you can score at Bet Rivers Sportsbook with free bets, odds boosts, and more. With player props, thousands of game lines, and live in-game betting, Bet Rivers Sportsbook delivers a best-in-class sports betting experience and has an experienced customer service team to back it up. Visit Bet Rivers Sportsbook today and bet this football season with a local trusted team that puts you first. Go to BetRivers.com and be a winner. Partner of French Lick Casino Resort. Must be 21 or over to play. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. 1-800-994-8448. Playable only in Indiana.
Indiana.
GE Appliance Park is now hiring third shift positions. Work 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., earning $660 per week, plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Join our manufacturing production team and be part over 100 years.
Louisville community since 1945 and does everything in-house. So the next time your team, school, or business needs banners, flags, or swag, use the pros at Oates Promotional Services like we did. Visit their website at oatesflag.com. That's oatesflag.com.
It's a Friday night matchup under the lights as Louisville hosts Central Florida. Pre- and post-game coverage, keep it locked on ESPN Louisville. Join Pat Jaggers and Taylor Lynch Friday night at 6 o'clock live from Caboose number 5 for the Miller Lite pregame show. And then directly following the game, it's the Miller Lite postgame show with Mark Ennis on all ESPN Louisville stations and the ESPN Louisville app. If it's Louisville football, we talk about it here on ESPN Louisville.
Cats.
My volleyball team needs a song.
Listen, you got to give them their props, man.
You got to give them their props. Listen, go ahead. 38-31-93-9 on the YouTube. You got to give them a song, y'all.
Yeah.
It's time. Look, they should have got it a long time ago.
Yeah.
Don't be that guy, though. Don't be that girl. Don't be that person.
Right.
You just know.
Mm-hmm.
They deserved it a long time ago, but we're putting it out there now.
One would say they are heating up.
And speaking of heating up, temperature control is one of the most valuable resources one could have. And if you agree, then DFH Company is 100% the company for you. Simply dial 968-6222 or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Ask them about the Mitsubishi mini split, like the ones the guys use at the 93.9 studios for that hard to heat, hard to cool room in your home. And people, it's almost instant. It's almost instant when you hit that button to the desired temperature.
That is true.
For that hard to heat cool room in your home. Again, 968-6222, or look them up online at dfhcompany.com.
Also, while you get everything warm and you're in the perfect temperature, do some gambling. Week 1 may be over, but the season's just getting started at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, to kick off Week 2. DraftKings is giving you, oh, thank you, Jack. DraftKings is giving you a, why would you do that to me, Jack? Why would you do that to me? It's giving all new customers a can't miss offer. Bet just $1 on any football game this week and receive $200 in free bets instantly, no matter what. That's right. DraftKings Sportsbook is giving all new customers $200 in free bets instantly when they bet at least $1 on any football game. DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable, making it easy for you to deposit and withdraw your money at your convenience. You can put some money on my Cowboys. They're going to bounce back against the Chargers this week. It's going to be good. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code WLCL to receive $200 in free bets when you place $1 on any football game. That's promo code WLCL to get your $200 in free bets instantly this week at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Must be 21 or older. Indiana only. New customers only. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. And if you got a gambling problem, call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
And maybe my Detroit Lions can kick Aaron Rodgers while he's down.
Ooh.
So this is what happens, people. Steve comes in with the energy. I come in with the energy. We always have fun on shows where we just haven't talked about our energies, but they just match.
But they just match up.
They just match. But here's the thing. I needed therapy this morning, and Steve provided therapy in one of the weirdest ways.
Oh,
so
hello.
This is what happens. When I get into my my health kicks, when I get into my workout kicks, right? When I get into conditioning back when I was in school, right? When I start trying to work out more, right, Steve?
Mm-hmm.
Happens like clockwork.
Yep.
My dreams get violent.
Okay.
My dreams get active. Okay, just a lot of action.
Yeah.
I won't just say violent. I'll say my dreams start getting active. My muscles are tired. I'm doing stuff in my dreams, right?
Okay.
It just they get aggressive, you know. I remember my mom made me stop sleeping, putting my bed against the wall.
Sure.
Because when I would sleep, I would have that little dream jerk, and I would always need the wall. You know what I'm saying? And she, in the middle of the night, she's, what's going on in there? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And sometimes I heard it. Sometimes I'm like, God, did I just hit the wall? Did I just need a wall again? So I was one of those, this kid that sleeps in class and jumps out of his.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I have those kind of reactions when I'm training, right?
Mm-hmm.
So last night, Steve, I talked about this. I won't go into all the details, right?
Okay.
But the point being, people, I found myself in between, we'll just call it a criminal organization and the FBI. And undercover stuff going on, and we're talking about FBI people are some savages, and they're looking for some savage dudes, and it's just I'm in the middle of it,
Okay.
And just don't even ask me the details.
All right, interesting.
Now it gets to the end, right?
Yeah,
where everybody's kind of shady characters, but they all, the guys got arrested, but some people got away and some people didn't get away. So there came this moment at the end of my dream where a couple of the savages from both sides were in a hallway, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was in the hallway with these couple of savages from each team, right?
Okay.
And one group of savages was getting ready to shoot the other ones in the back as they were walking away, like the last double cross of my dream,
okay.
right?
Okay.
No, it's weird. Don't worry about it.
It is.
So Steve, I looked and I'm like, and I remember thinking, like, you're not gonna really shoot him in the back, are you? You're like, come on, man up. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was kind of thinking, right? And then the guy said, no, we're not gonna shoot you in the back. And he said, we're gonna handle this the old-fashioned way. And I looked And then that other group of guys turned around, the other group of savages. Hey, everybody. In Marques Maybin's dream, a couple of dudes on this side pulled out bats.
Joel online.
Who?
Joel.
One group of guys pulled out bats.
Okay.
The other group of guys turned around and they honored the challenge and pulled out their bats. I'm like
baseball bats, right?
Jack, like Louisville
Sluggers.
No, I'm sorry, but they were metal. That's what was different. They were the
Even
aluminum.
worse.
They were black aluminum. So both groups.
Like Sting.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
Both groups pulled out these black aluminum bats. And I'm like, are they really gonna just? And they started running after each other, like getting ready to collide. I'm like, oh my God, are they gonna really just fight it out to the death with bats?
Yeah.
And right as the first blow was happening, I woke up.
Ooh. Okay.
I woke up, right? And I was gonna watch it.
Yeah.
I was gonna watch this fight.
Yeah.
Were you mad that you woke up?
I don't know.
Try to always be happy to wake up.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Good point.
There's some times where you have those
Where you
dreams
wanted to finish the dream.
Yeah, you want to finish the dream.
When was the last time that you were mad?
And what was her name?
Yes.
You knew that was coming. Okay. So here's the thing. I wake up and I woke up, my adrenaline was pumping, my arms were sore, I was just pumped. And I tell Steve this story, and I of course, Steve is a horrible friend when you're spilling your emotional guts, and he responds with, "Oh, well, yeah, that's pretty scary."
Mm-hmm.
So he made me feel a little crazier.
Yeah.
But then people, in true Steve Rummage fashion, he saved me. Steve?
Yes. I looked it up, and it says to dream of a baseball bat represents a defensive attitude or wanting to take strong action, preparation or motivation to attack your problem with everything you got. It also may reflect your wish to insult or get back at someone, attacking your problems or hitting back.
Once Steve provided that explanation,
yeah, you're welcome.
I said, you know what? That's why I was dreaming about bat fights to the death.
Yeah.
I feel better already. Joe, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away, my man.
Sorry about your dream, Marcus, but I do agree with Steve's not a good friend. I do give you that.
Golly.
But nah, man, I'm gonna hit on a couple things y'all talked on at the first hour, but the thing that annoys me so bad, and obviously I'm not in the city anymore and I'm far away, but when you listen to certain people and certain people on the radio, I'm not going to name any names or whatever, who just don't seem to get it as far as how Louisville fans feel and how their feelings are valid. And the one thing I'll tell you, and I'm going on this kid that's, I know it's been overplayed at this point, but the kid, the video guy or whatever, like this kid didn't just put, one little, bad statement on Louisville, and then that was it. And it happened like,
Joe, are you going to go back down this road again?
No, but what I'm saying is, Marcus, is like when you listen to certain people, you will hear like defense of, well, Louisville fans are just, they're being too sensitive here. You know what I'm saying? Or they're just being paranoid. Like, we're not dumb. I've been saying that on your show for however long you started, man. Day one. We're not dumb. And that's the most annoying thing to me, because we'll bring up valid points. And Marcus, you relay it so great, dude, as far as you really go into detail on what goes on and what goes down and what we're seeing. And we all know it. But the most annoying thing is when you listen to certain people who don't, tend to like validate where we're at. Like we're some paranoid fan base and, oh, you're just over exaggerating, things like that. And so I give you props, man, because you really go into the detail of it, and it's all true, man. But some people just don't get it. And it's and just think that we're so sensitive. But one other thing before I go, man, everything, and this is the very philosophical Thursday statement, everything sucks until it doesn't. And I say that because last night, the Louisville women go out there on that volleyball court and pick up a huge win, man. That wasn't these are two, the rivals, UK Louisville, non-ranked volleyball teams. That was a top 10 volleyball matchup, and the women brought it home. That's a great start until the weekend, man. And you know what? I say everything sucks until it doesn't. We just got that win. We pick up that UCF win on Friday night. We got Louisville Live on Saturday. Get a couple, maybe commit soon after that. And then, man, the tide turns. That's my optimistic view going into the weekend, man. That's all I got, fellas.
No, Joel, yeah, I appreciate the call.
To Joel's point, and Joel is kind of I think Joel just confirmed what I said. The fan base is really angry right now. But I don't think they're angry enough to quit before Friday. Even listening to Joel right there. You get what I'm saying? And that's what I was saying, where it was like when I was saying earlier.
And when you say quit, I'm saying more like they're focused.
Well, I'm talking on Satterfield specific.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm saying quit on like him. Yeah.
Like they're not rooting against.
Yeah,
him
we're not at that point. Yeah, it's one of those
not
deals.
going to be booing as they take the field.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Now if they're down 24-3 in the third quarter, they may be booing.
They're there. Yeah, like a terrible performance. I think that's where you're at. Is a terrible performance, pushes majority over the line. But I don't think going into tomorrow night, that's why I say, I think the atmosphere is going to be pretty good. I think Louisville fans are saying, hey, we're going to give you our best. Like, we're coming in. We're going to come in. We're going to back y'all up, and we're going to go after this thing, and look, I'm not saying it's going to be packed. I don't know. I mean, look, there's a lot of places aren't packed right now. You know what I'm saying? So like, but
a lot of places are though.
Oh, there are a lot of places that are. Yeah. But I'm saying like even Pittsburgh UT the other day when I was watching, I mean, it was jacked in there, but there was some empty spots.
Right.
So but is what I'm saying though, is the people that are there, people that are coming out, I think it'll be a decent crowd in the 40s, you know what I'm saying? At least. I think people are going to be giving them,
and you're going to get all of your TV numbers.
Yeah.
You're like, they will not be unhappy.
Right.
Because people are they're going to tune in.
By the way, you get to talk to James in the evenings. I just text back and forth with him. Will you make sure he shoots me that link on whatever the hell they're playing on this weekend? I'm not sure if I can find it.
That made me so happy on Tuesday.
Yeah. What was it? What did he call it? Was it ESPN XYZ?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, make sure he shoots me that.
When I got that email from UK on Tuesday night that said the game has been moved to SEC Plus, I just smiled because
while Louisville's on primetime Friday.
The hell is he doing
here?
What
are you doing here? Jackass. But yeah, while Louisville's on primetime Friday night, I'll maybe if we can get the internet to work good enough to log in. There's going to be a lot of pissed off people down in Eastern Kentucky. How the hell am supposed to watch the game? Move those antennas around. Try to get that thing on. Honey, they said it's on the internet.
Bring the foil in there now.
On the gosh dang internet. What?
For me, the best part of it was literally 24 hours before on Monday, Schriebel had a rant. And he talked, so I'm like, and at the end of the rant, he goes, Chattanooga's going to be on TV Saturday.
So what is it going to be on?
What we were on, SEC Plus. What we were on last week, but he went on last week. I can't believe you're playing. Oh my!
Monday, the day before,
playing on the internet and all this. And it's like now, 1 week later, Louisville's prime time and Friday night game and. Which is not for high school, only. But yeah, and then it's like, where are y'all playing again? Oh, yeah, cool.
Here's the thing. I want to take an early break because there's two directions this show can go for the last, 40, 30, 40, right? And I want to have a short production meeting with you. Are there any sign-offs you want to give, Jack? Because we have a substitute for Jack that's going to come in.
We do?
Yeah.
I don't know if Nick's going to be tagging in or not. I'll ask him during the break because he's co-hosting V-Show today.
Okay.
So he may need to get some stuff ready for that.
Fair enough.
I'll ask him and talk to him. So
Fair enough.
Whatever Nick wants to do, I'm good either way.
Cool.
Yeah.
Quick commercial break. Middays with Marques Maybin on 939 The Ville.
Just because August is behind us doesn't mean there aren't some really hot days ahead. So if your AC isn't ready for those hot fall days, then call DFH Company today at 968-6222 or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Right now, when you buy a qualifying Trane HVAC system, receive 18-month special financing. It's hard to stop a Trane, so call DFH 968-6222 or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Visit dfhcompany.com for complete program eligibility, dates, details, and restrictions. Subject to credit approval.
Time now for an ESPN Louisville Sports Center update.
Good morning. I'm Jack Grossman, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Baptist Health Sports Medicine. Don't let joint pain in your way. Take Baptist Health's knee and hip pain assessment today at baptisthealth.com. Louisville basketball head coach Chris Mack joined Louisville Sports Live last night and discussed the plan for Mike Pegues to be the acting head coach while Mack faces his 6-game suspension in November.
Coach Mike Pegues, who will be taking over as the head coach in my absence. So just transitioning Mike to understand some of the things and responsibilities that he'll face, and he'll do a great job. He's been with me for 10 years. I'm not looking forward to it, being away, but at the same time, I know our program's in really, really good hands.
That full interview can be found at ESPNLouisville.com, iTunes, and SoundCloud. WDRB reported yesterday that Kentucky starting wide receiver Josh Ali has been charged with leaving the scene of a car accident. In a statement, UK said that we have been made aware of the matter and it has been addressed. Fifth-ranked Louisville defeated defending NCAA champion Kentucky in volleyball yesterday. The Cards won the decisive fifth set 15-9 over the 8th-ranked Cats to win the match. Reds fell to Pittsburgh in walk-off fashion 5-4 last night. Pirates go for the sweep of Cincy at 12:35 p.m. this afternoon. The Reds enter the day a game and a half behind St. Louis for the final NL wildcard spot. And the Bats fell to Memphis 12-3 yesterday. They take on the Redbirds again at 7:45 tonight. More of the Middays with Marques Maybin and Steve Rummage is next. This is Sports Center.
Stay close, go far. Spalding University in downtown Louisville offers bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees on campus or online. See for yourself why we've been named a top 5 college in Kentucky 4 years in a row by College Choice. Visit spalding.edu to learn more.
Card Nation, this is attorney Alex White with SueDistractedDriver.com. Our law firm is a team of dedicated attorneys ready to fight for you. If you get injured because of someone else's negligence, their insurance company already has a legal team, and now so do you. If you or a friend or loved one are injured, find your attorney at SueDistractedDriver.com.
This is an advertisement.
It comes only once a year, and it's almost time. The event with the 2 biggest and hottest names in bridal jewelry, Tacori and Veragia. The best of California, the best of New York, coming to Louisville. It's next weekend, September 24th, 25th, and 26th. See their entire collections, all the latest styles, and get up to $5,000 in savings and special financing on the ring of your dreams. See the latest from Tacori, all American made and handcrafted in California by true artisans. The ring that every girl dreams of will be here at Genesis Diamonds. The latest styles, the top collections, including new rings never offered before. All here next weekend. Engagement rings, wedding bands, fashion pieces. Get the Genesis value price plus up to $5,000 in savings and special financing. Don't miss this exclusive Genesis Diamonds bridal showcase with thousands of beautiful rings other jewelers aren't even allowed to carry and luxury pre-owned Rolexes. It's next weekend, September 24th, 25th, and 26th. Friday through Sunday only and owned at Genesis Diamonds, Shelbyville Road Plaza.
Yeah, it's that good. Their nose pizza. Good taste, happy face, your place, my place. What's gonna make you happy? It's the smile I see on your face. It's that good, yes it is, and we deliver it. Oh, 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 taste is fun, yes it is, we guarantee it. Yeah, it's that good, Verno's Pizza. Yeah, it's that good.
Louisville Live is back on Saturday, September 18th for its most exciting rendition yet. The annual Louisville Basketball Showcase returns with a twist in 2021, bringing two Louisville sports legacies together inside one of the most hallowed shrines in all of sports, Churchill Downs. Combined with Downs After Dark, presented by Budweiser. Tickets start at just $12. Purchase yours today by visiting gocards.com/Louisville Live. That's gocards.com/Louisville Live. Horses and Hoops, a fitting pair in the Derby City.
Ian Eagle here from Thursday Night Football on Westwood One. Join Tony Baselli and me as Week 2 of the NFL season begins with an NFC East matchup between the New York Giants and the Washington Football Team. Saquon Barkley returned to play in the opener from his knee injury in Week 2 last season. Now he'll try and lead the Giants in this big divisional matchup on Thursday Night Football.
Coverage begins tonight at 8 o'clock on ESPN 680, 105.7, and 93.9 The Ville.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
My eye, depending on how close it is, will depend on what happens Friday. Is Purdue going to Notre Dame?
Purdue going to Notre Dame.
Lackluster Notre Dame.
Yeah. Don't you take away.
Don't do that.
Don't you do that.
Don't you
take
do
away
that. Don't you prime. Don't you prime these games.
Man, they need a last second touchdown to beat Toledo.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
Then
I mean,
Toledo must be good.
Well, I mean, Purdue wins. That's still a huge deal. Don't get me wrong, but
Thank you.
yes.
Well, let's go with that.
Yes.
Purdue at Notre Dame. I will be watching. And again, now people have asked. Listen, this has nothing. Let me do this really quick. Will you let me do this for a second? Away. And then I want to talk about the other game in Indiana this week, because I have family that cares about that one, and friends in this vicinity that care about that one.
Fair enough.
I am going to that one.
Yeah, really.
Yes.
I didn't know you liked the Sycamores like that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I was to say, what game are you talking about?
I mean, I'm talking about, they're honoring Larry Bird. I gotta go see Larry. I have. All right, so my uncle had his 50th birthday party at French Lick back in the day.
Okay, yeah.
So this was before I was old enough to even think about faking gambling. So I stayed back with the grandparents, and while my mom and dad went, and my mom brought me back a Larry Bird bobblehead from French Lick.
How about that?
Which was great, but it wasn't a Celtics bobblehead.
It
wasn't an Indiana State bobblehead. It was him in his high school jersey.
They're honoring Larry Bird.
Oh, I don't know. I just said that. Yeah.
I don't know. I just said the Sycamores.
I was going to say, if there's any honoring that they haven't done for Larry Bird,
it's like if it's not called Larry Bird State at this point. Listen, because a lot of people don't know this, but you can hear it in my voice maybe a little bit. You hear when I talk about Indiana basketball, I'm like, I got a little soft spot. I was born in Indiana. I lived the first 5 years of my life in Michigan City, Indiana. So, I kind of have a little soft spot for Indiana. But here's the thing. Let me do this really quick, because people ask me. Now, listen, this doesn't change my mind. I'm going to that game on Friday. I'm rooting for Scott Satterfield. I want to see Scott Satterfield get this thing
arm in arm with every Louisville fan.
Let's get this thing together. Let's go 2-1, and then there's a good chance we could. I mean, you win Friday. You could be 3-4-1.
Game on.
Yeah, let's go, man. Let's go get this thing right. But when people do ask me, Steve, why Jeff Brown? He's number 4 on the hot seat right now. He's at Purdue. Not winning championships up there.
Turned us down.
Yeah. Let me just tell you really quick. It's 11:35. Give me 4 minutes.
Take your time.
Yeah. First off, I will fault him for one thing: taking the Purdue job. I'm being honest. I'm not being funny
in the first place.
I'm not being funny.
I fault him for that also.
I will fault him for one thing: taking the Purdue job.
You mean when he had? You mean staying at the Purdue job or taking it in the first place?
Taking it in the first place. Okay. He was at WKU, winning 10 games, having a great career, a trajectory that was high. A lot of schools were going to come after him. I think South Carolina would have came after him. Actually, there was rumors South Carolina almost came after him the last time. Different teams would have come after him. If you're from, and Jack can be kindred with me on here, if you're from, I have a lot of family, like I said, in South Bend and LaPorte and those places, okay? Everybody up there knows Purdue struggles because IU's there, Notre Dame's right there, Michigan's right there, Ohio State's over there, and they all surround Purdue. Purdue is a hard place. And again, I'm not giving him a pass. You took the job. Purdue is a hard place to recruit to. Yep. Really hard place. Would you agree with that, Jack?
Especially since they literally just put in permanent lights at the stadium.
Yeah, right. No, it's crap. I've been to West Lafayette up there. Yeah.
That being said, I think it's easier to recruit to than Indiana is.
Yeah,
because you're recruiting to the lesser half of the Big Ten.
Sure.
West, and you at least have some tradition, unlike IU.
Yeah. I mean that's fair, but you still got state school behind IU and stuff. I mean, so I mean there's that. But I mean, okay, that's a fair argument. But my point is that's a tough place. You go back and you look at Purdue. Purdue hasn't won 10 games since the 70s. Purdue had a year with Drew Brees where they went to the Rose Bowl. They were good. After that, there's been 3 years since then they've been ranked. 3 years. Kyle Orton had a couple teams. Kyle Orton actually had a team that they got up to 5, and then they lost 4 of the last 6. fell off the face of the earth. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, Purdue's a tough spot. The Big Ten is pretty good football. You're up there, you're playing Ohio State, you're playing Michigan, you're playing IU's been much better, and that's your rival, you know, and they've had a hit over the last couple of years. You're playing, Wisconsin, you're playing Penn State, you're playing
Michigan,
and not Iowa,
Right.
who might be the best team in the Big Ten right now.
Which in the Big Ten West, you're not playing Ohio State, Michigan every single year.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
You get Iowa, Wisconsin. And Northwestern when they're.
That's what I was going to say. You're not playing all those every year, but that's a tough spot to win. Okay, I'm doing all this to do something. Okay, I think though, a lot of times fit matters in a coaching job. I think you're seeing it right now in Louisville.
Fit, and culture, is more important than just a business transaction.
Sure. I agree with that. Now, let me just tell you a little bit. I think Jeff Brom at Louisville gets it. I think Jeff Brom at Louisville is passionate about Louisville. I think when he loses, he legitimately cares about what it does to the program in the city. I think when he wins, he would legitimately care about what it does for the program in the city. Recruiting-wise.
Sleeper cells to help.
Yeah, right. Recruiting-wise, Jeff Brom's probably the one and only coach that could go out into the state and recruit. Now, I'm not saying he could get them all, but I do think he could go out into the state and recruit.
Can he put a fence around Louisville?
Yes, that's where I'm going next.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Yeah, I think now, again, in this state, there's some kids, they grow up, there's no chance in hell they're going to Louisville. It's just not going to happen. You're wasting your time. And you got to learn that as the Louisville coach, and you've got to pinpoint those kids and go, okay, no sense in messing with them. You're not going to get them. Okay, fair enough. That's fine. I think Jeff Brom could go out and get some athletes, though, particularly skill positions at that spot, just like the LeFew brothers and different ones that he did back in the day as a coordinator, as a coach. I think that Jeff Brom here, if Jeff Brom's here right now, Wandale Robinson's on this team, Rondell Moore's on this team, would have been over the past 3 years. Rondell's probably gone, but Milton Wright's on this team. JJ Weaver plays for Louisville. Jared Casey's playing for Louisville. Like a lot of these schools, he would build a fence around the city of Louisville. And I'm not saying Kentucky still couldn't come in or an out. There's some kids in the city of Louisville. The kid that graduated from Trinity a couple years ago. I think Brom would have got him if Brom was here. But here's the thing. Brom wasn't here. He was hell-bent on I'm going to Stanford. That's his dream. You can't stop that. There's nothing I can do about that. Some kids are going to go to Kentucky. Kentucky's going to be able to come in and get one kid, if you build that fence. That's fine. He does all that. Then, on top of it, he plays the exact style we love to watch. Everything about it. Jeff Brom's going to put you back in a spot where you're going, we're going to win 8. We're going to win 8. Now, and there may be an outlier year where you have 6 or 7. There may be an outlier year where you have 10, But every year, there's going to be a point in the season where we're going to go, we might be a New Year's 6 team. I know where we're at. I'm not saying playoff. I'm saying New Year's 6. We might be a New Year's 6 team. Every single year, he's going to do that. He's going to understand what this program was built on. He's going to understand what this fan base was built on. And the last and final point, and there's more I could make, but I'm not going to do it. I'll save this for Monday if we were to lose. The last and final point is he's a lifer. The only way you lose Jeff Brom at that point is he takes one of the 32 positions possible.
Because we just won.
Yeah.
Something big.
Yeah.
We just beat.
Yes. Well, yeah, no, that's my point.
Yeah.
He takes one of the 32 positions in the world in the NFL. And I don't know that the NFL would want him. But that's the only
Ronnie and Andy online.
And if you lose him because he goes to the NFL, we're in pretty good shape. Okay? So that's when people ask me, you don't have to throw Purdue's record at me. You don't have to say, well, he's on the hot seat. This is what it is. I know all that. It's not about any of that. That's why I think he would be the perfect hire.
Ronnie,
with that said,
thanks for joining us.
Go win the game
on 93.9. Fire away.
Thanks, Marques. I just want to say that Steve has changed my mind. I was pretty hard against Brom coming here. Last Saturday, I watched the entire Purdue game, and I decided that I want some of that here. And I am on the Brom train. I've always been a Charlie Strong guy, so I've always wanted somebody like him, but I have changed my mind on Brom, and I welcome him, and I think they should throw the kitchen sink at him to get him here next year. I don't think we're going to win more than 3 games this season. I was looking at the schedule after the EKU game, and really up till about halftime, I was just hoping that the EKU kids were going to eventually wear out to where we could at least get a more comfortable lead, and it finally happened. But I was not comfortable up till right around halftime of that game that we were even going to win that game. And I just don't see that for sure win on this schedule. I'm just giving us 3 games. I'd love to go 9-3, but I don't think we're going to go 3-9 personally. I don't know. Thanks.
Ronnie, I do appreciate the call. Jack, who do you have on that second before you?
Andy.
And this will be the last thing I'll say. You'd get him.
Price is going down on him a little bit?
No. But you'd get him. I'll leave it at that.
Andy, thanks for joining us on 93.9. What's on your mind?
What's going on, guys? Steve, to your point, I like the idea, but here's the two scenarios I throw at you.
Okay.
One, he turned it down. So, there's got to be reasons he turned it down.
There was.
And 2,
there was.
If it doesn't work out here, that leaves a real bad stank for everybody because he is the first son of U of L.
That is true. That's true. Yeah. No, Andy, I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that.
So what I would say is, and this is kind of my view, if Brom was to take this job, it would be on the backside of his career, where he has done the Mac Brown type.
Cody next.
All he can achieve, and he goes back home to right the ship. And I'll hang up and get your comments.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me say, I'll play the game because I do agree with Andy that if it does go south, that's always a stinky situation. But if it doesn't, you got one hell of a coach in waiting sitting there, and I don't think he would leave either.
Cody, thanks for joining us.
Brian.
On Days with Marques Maybin. Fire away. Fire away, Cody.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you. Yeah, the thing with Braun that I noticed since he's been at Purdue is that he can score. His teams can score with the best of them in the Big Ten. The problem always comes on the defense.
Alan after Cody.
I think if he comes here, he can actually assemble a staff that can win you a lot of football games here. Whether it's like he keeps Brian Brown or if he goes out and gets somebody else, the potential for him getting an elite level staff here at Louisville is super, super high. And on top of that, we know that he's going to get you some dudes here, man. So, Steve, you changed my mind.
Then Jason.
Apprehensive on Brom, I was like, go out and get Dave Ragone. But man, when you put it the way you did, man, I'm kind of on board if Satterfield loses. Now, if he wins and he goes into if Satterfield wins this game on Friday, he goes into Florida State and handles his business, and we got a pretty good record going in October. Then, all right, let's see what happens. I'm still a little irritated at the recruiting and all that, but he can go out and get an offensive coordinator at the end of the year, and hopefully this doesn't happen again. But if he takes this L on Friday, I'm kind of with you, my man. I'm on the Jeff Brom train. So I just want to make a quick call. I got to run some errands and stuff like that, but y'all are having a great show.
Appreciate the call. Alan, thanks for joining us on 93.9. What's on your mind?
The staff would please people too.
Alan, you there? Alan? Going once, Alan. Going twice, Alan. Moving along. Jason, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Try again.
Jason, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now
we got you. We got you.
All right. 2 questions for you. This is a hard one to answer. But you got to look at the talent that's on the team right now compared to the talent that was on the team when Bobby was fired. Sat walked into a team that obviously, I don't know where they stand.
Alan called back in. Also have Doc.
He went to bowl game, and he was it 7 or 8 games that year. Sad's first year.
Eight after the bowl win. Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay. All right. So does this team have that kind of talent on it? And the second question, I know the previous caller said Brom's already turned us down once, but I kind of felt like that's why Brom didn't come here the first time because of there just wasn't a whole lot of talent left on the team, and what he'd be walking into
kind of look like a failing situation, it's pretty much happened to Satterfield. So I'm going to hang up and listen.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. No, that wasn't why he didn't come the first time.
I felt like we had talent. But now the frustration on Satterfield is kind of, you're getting into this stage of, okay, the talent development, is where people's attention is kind of going to. So we have Doc. Doc, thanks for joining us on 93.9. What's on your mind? Doc, you there? Sorry about that.
We got you. We got you. That was our fault. We got you.
All right.
Doc, fire away.
So you talked about throwing the kitchen sink at Brom. We have a little little wash basin left after if we get rid of another coach and have to buy his contract out and paying off the other things that Tyree has to pay off. I mean, can we afford a coach like Brom?
Yeah, I appreciate the call. Listen, let me just say, I believe Brom knows what.
Alan next.
I believe the people around him know what it would take. I believe that I believe when you get a guy who loves this city and loves this university more and is looking at a long-term thing, let me just say, I believe 100% he would make it work.
Alan, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
That's funny how y'all are praising Satterfield to be so great.
Sweet Jesus.
And he ends up
Mother of God. Mother of God.
And that's the first time
Mother of God.
in the fan base is.
Oh, dear Jesus.
Where have you been, Alan?
Yeah, this is the one guy Brian always knew. I know. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for the call, Alan.
Yeah. Sorry, Jack. That was a sleeper cell. He calls in. Brian always knew him, and then he has like the worst joke ever. I just didn't feel like hearing the punchline.
Thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
What's up, Steve Maybin?
What's going on?
The good thing is, Steve, the last time I heard that you were dead inside is when Brom said no to us. So it's good to know when Sad wins Saturday, you'll come back to him.
Yeah, if he wins Friday, I hope he wins. I'm rooting for him. I want to win. I want to win.
Men are good at not holding grudges.
Yeah.
Here's the one thing I can say about Brom. We can't pimp backwards. We've already paid him. We gave him a raise when he said no to us. So now if we get him again, he's going to cost us even more money than he would have cost the first time. It's time to get behind what we got, and let's go. I'll see you guys Friday. Go Cards.
Appreciate the call.
Okay.
And I feel you.
Yeah.
Like, I feel you.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah. By all means, I want everybody out there. I'm going to be out there Friday. Look, I'm pumped. I'm ready. I want them to win. I want them to turn it around. Look, I would love if they turn it around, go win 4 or 5 games, but I would also love, Jeff and Brian and Stephon, whoever else that they wanted to get. Mike, good defensive coordinator.
Greg Brom.
Oh, Greg would be here. Yeah. But listen, I understand. I understand. Yes, no, you're going to be more of an offensive-minded team than you are a defensive-minded team. I think you would spend a little bit. I think there's a couple names out there, defensive coordinator, that would make people happy. But
okay,
I'm just saying.
Before we get out of here, I have one more message that I kind of want to. You know what? I'm saving that. Sorry, y'all. I shouldn't have did that. I don't care about talking about coaches. I want to win this game.
I do too. I want to win. I want to win, man.
I want to enjoy it.
I want them to turn it around.
Listen, my dude.
There will be plenty of time to talk about coaches.
Jeez, right?
On Monday.
If you lose.
I got my boy Montrez coming back in town for the game.
I know.
Yeah, I can save it for tomorrow. Louisville Live. It's a recruiting war, people. Keep your eye on Louisville Live as a recruiting battleground. Don't call me talking about recruiting. You're not willing to go show those kids the top of your life.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait to get out there on Saturday, man.
You better get that energy ready.
That's going to be awesome.
I think we covered everything.
Yeah. No, tomorrow, here's what we're going to do tomorrow. Tomorrow,
turn it up a little bit, Jack, please.
I'm giving you all a heads up. Tomorrow,